Hey guys! So this video is going to be one video about comparing CSV files. I made a couple videos earlier and I was trying to show you guys, but it really just got too confusing and there was a lot of lag because my inventory and databases are just really big now and the software isn't like I have to do it in chunks and I didn't even learn that. It's been a while since I've done it. So I'm going to just do kind of a concept illustration to you guys so you can better understand how to compare CSV files because it's pretty simple and once you have it down it's really quick and it allows you to save a lot of time because you no longer need to, whenever you delete an item on eBay, you don't then need to go into your database that's tracking your eBay items and also do a delete there. That can be very time consuming, especially with SKUgrid. So what you can do this way is you just delete everything, don't worry about it, and then once a week or once a month or however often, you go through and you compare both of the databases, that is all of your active items on eBay, to your active items on SKUgrid. And then you just delete the ones that are only on SKUgrid, okay? And this can go both ways. Like you could also use this method to figure out what items you have that are not being checked on SKUgrid, okay? It's a pretty useful thing, and it's, I think, probably pretty necessary if you want to actually seriously consider a career as a dropshipper. You need to learn to work with CSV files. And CSV stands for comma separated value. Doesn't really matter a whole lot, but this whole file can be read as one kind of string of a cell, like a string like this, and then a comma, and then this, and then a comma, and then this, and then a comma, and it has a system of multiple commas to do other rows, and it's a simple spreadsheet format basically. And so when you first look at a CSV file, it's always going to be very confusing and big. Spreadsheets in their very nature have a lot of information packed into them. The first thing that you should do is look at all the different columns because this is going to give you a sense of what the spreadsheet contains, unless it's a really complicated spreadsheet. But most of them are going to have a label at the top, see? So I know, okay, everything below this is just the vendor's shipping price. Okay, cool, that's useful. So what we're going to do first is that we're going to isolate the stuff that we care about in this document. This is a direct export, of SKUgrid's database, okay? So we're going to use this and I'm going to show you a demo of how to compare a list of your items currently for sale on eBay against this list so that you can determine what SKUgrid is currently looking at that it doesn't need to be and delete it so that you don't have to pay for the checks, right? So the way that we're going to do that is first I'm going to really trim this document down for you because there's a lot of columns here and it looks pretty confusing, but there's only really 2 columns that we actually want right here. We don't need to interact with the rest. So for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to delete all of the extra columns. Obviously, you wouldn't do this when you're actually doing the compare, but I think it'll be easier for you guys to understand the compare if I do it with less information kind of bombarding you, right? All right. So we're just going to get rid of all of these. Delete selected columns. Fantastic. Look at that. We only have 2 columns now. And there's only 51 entries. That's so much better than 60,000, isn't it? Okay, the reason we need this one, this is our eBay item ID. So this is how SKUgrid kind of knows what item to look at. You can take this eBay item ID, go to ebay.com/item, and then type it in. This is a really old thing that doesn't exist anymore, so it's probably been recycled. So it's just going to give me a relevant item to this old item ID, which was this. But at some point, like a year ago, I had an item for sale from Home Depot that had this eBay item ID. Okay? So the reason we need this reference column here is because this is kind of a safeguard. These numbers, the number in the reference column here and your eBay item ID that's next to it should always match. If they do not match, that is very bad. That is basically the worst thing that can happen when you're using CSV files. And I can show you a easy way to make that happen. I'm just going to highlight everything and then I'm going to drag it down by 1. Okay? So now if you look at this, this ends in 23, this ends in 42, this ends in 54, this ends in 00. These are not the same anymore. If I imported this information back into SKUgrid, it would cause every single one of my items to be looking at the wrong item. So when one item goes out of stock, some other random item is going to go out of stock on my eBay store, and the item that is out of stock is still going to be for sale. Same with price changes. It'll screw everything up. So it's really important that you understand this reference column, because you can, every time you do any kind of sorting or any kind of work, you want to check these two numbers and make sure they're the same. As long as you're doing that, then everything's probably going to be pretty smooth. Okay? So now to do the actual compare. I'm going to copy, ignore what I'm doing right now, because this isn't what you'd actually do. So you didn't see me copy that. I didn't do that. You're crazy. Imagine that I have a database, and this is all of my items on SKUgrid. So SKUgrid thinks that I have 51 items, okay? But on my eBay store, I actually only have 15 items, or 20 items. So I want to get rid of all of these that I don't need at the same time. So the way I do that is by getting a file that has all of my currently active eBay listings. And then I pull all of their unique eBay IDs, right? So then we're just going to paste that list from my eBay account onto the bottom of this list. See? Just like that. So now we have a list, we have one longer list of all of the eBay item IDs on SKUgrid, and then we have a shorter list of my currently active eBay IDs in my eBay account, okay? We're going to highlight this and then go to add-ons and click remove duplicates. So you have to download this. You can go to get add-ons here if you don't have it, and it's free. So just install it and then you'll be able to use it. So we're going to find duplicates or uniques. And now just to illustrate the concept to you, I'm going to select A. Okay, good. And then we're going to go to next. And all I'm going to do is just highlight the cells to show you, okay, these are the cells that occurred twice, right? We're going to then do something else. So my column has header, that's right. And we're going to fill it with this pleasant orange color, okay? Cool, awesome. Okay, so we're going to close this now and look down here. So you see, because I had all of these columns entered, it's comparing all of these blank IDs and considering them the same. So it highlighted all of those because these are all like 0 or null, basically, right? And then it also highlighted all of these because these were items that I copied out of this list, okay? So what I would do now is, instead of doing the whole column, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to compare these, and then I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to do this compare duplicate thing a couple times. So hopefully if I do it multiple times, you guys get a better understanding of how it works. All right, so this time, instead of just doing duplicates, we're also going to do duplicates and first occurrences, okay? So this will highlight all of the items on our eBay list. So my column has header, good, good, and we're going to fill them. This time we're going to fill them with green. Or, well, we're getting rid of them, so they're bad items, right? So red, okay. Finish. And okay, cool. Close, awesome. So now every SKU that has a red ID, see these? That means these items are no longer for sale on eBay, and it is safe to delete off of SKUgrid. Awesome. So, but the thing is, now we've only identified what these listings are. How do we actually get rid of them, right? Because I need to be able to sort through these to get rid of them while also maintaining their link to this cell right here. Because if I just delete these and then sort this one column, it'll break the link and these cells will no longer have the matching number. And that would mean that everything is screwed, right? So what we're going to do now is the same thing. Except this time, oh, I actually have to go to the bottom. There we go. Except this time, instead of just filling it with a color, we're going to clear the value, okay? So next, duplicates and first occurrences. Good, my column has a header, and we're going to clear the values, all right? Awesome. So now what this did is it just straight up got rid of the number. Huh, okay. So the reason I like this is because now we can sort through this document, right? We have these clear values here, and we know that normally the rest of the information would be here, and we would just delete these lines and then just take this file and just put it right back into SKUgrid, okay? So all we have to do now that we've cleared these values is get rid of the lines next to them without screwing up the link to each other. So that's really easy to do. You just go to format, or not format, which one is it? I'm trying to find sort data. Yeah, sort range, then dot dot dot. My column has header row, and we're going to sort it by the reprice SKU because that's one we deleted. And what this is going to do is it's just going to put all the ones that don't have a value at the top or the bottom. Okay? Look at that. All the ones without a value are at the bottom. And if we look at our link, 151, 151, 865, 865. Awesome. Our link is still together, right? So now we can just get rid of all of these. Bum, bum, bum. Yay! And normally you would just take this and this would be your document. So now you would just go to SKUgrid and just upload this, and then it would only contain the items that are also for sale on eBay. Thanks for watching. I hope that was easier to understand. I definitely think it makes a lot more sense to show it to you guys this way. CSV is going to be a little bit confusing, but just like open up some spreadsheets, look around them, explore them. You'll get used to it. It'll be fine. And then it'll just be second nature. Thanks for watching. Bye.